Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz, WELDERFABBER, and today we're starting this chapter with the J45 with the block jaw. So the lads have just given me a call from the workshop. We'll just weigh up what's happening down here. Tom, what's happening?
A bit of steel's got stuck on it.
What?
A little bit of steel's coming jaw. Been loaded this morning. Bit of steel. I don't know,
How big of a piece of steel?
something like this here. Something like that. See, they hide away and you can't see them at bottom at bucket. Something like that. Well, maybe a bit bigger than that, sorry.
That won't stop the jaw though. Right, so is the jaw fully open or not?
Nah, it won't open.
It won't open?
No, not open.
Right, well these should open, these jaws, yeah? So, what's up lad? Are you after me?
No, Tom. Just wagon loading that road.
You want to load that wagon, Tom? Yeah. Right, so these do open, these jaws. So, right, so I can see that it's not opening. If you look at that wedge there, director, that's fully out. But if you look at the one next to it there at the back, well, that's still a lot this way. So if we go around the other side, the rod on the ram at the other side, I bet that's out a good foot. Let's have a look. Yeah, but if you look in there, you see how you've still got a bit of rod sticking out there. Well, for that jaw to be fully open, that wedge should be all the way back and that rod should be all the way in. So it looks like there's some hard material in there that's locked the jaw up and the wedges at the same time. But the good thing about these is these wedges usually open the jaw up to let material fall through. So what we'll do, we'll start by putting some oil on the wedges and then we'll try starting the jaw forward and backwards. There is a setting that'll show you how to do that. I'll just get some oil out of it, man. WD-40, don't do any end. So like I say, we were going to start doing topsoil in this crushing shed and clean the building, yeah? That is still going to happen at some point, just not yet. Also within the yard that I'm now allowed to talk about is we are building a big concrete plant and a big asphalt plant within the yard. We're going to put another exit, or should I say an extra exit into the yard with another weighbridge, and we're going to build a new workshop with 5 pits in it. So that just tells you how much the company is expanding when we've only got 3 pits at the moment. We're going to build a new workshop with 5 pits, and we're going to build a new fabrication shop for me with a bigger crane, hopefully, if Fox will let me have a bigger crane and a bigger crew. But we'll need a bigger crew for what we've got planned. So I'm just going to soak these wedges in oil just to try and free them up that little bit. On the other side. This is a good thing about the J45s. they do release pressure, whereas the J40s don't release pressure. So if you had a piece of steel stuck in a J40 and it was jammed up solid, there's no lever to open and close the jaw whilst it's under pressure. Only on the 45. Unless the newer ones do, I'm not too sure. Tom, you just try and just go and pull the lever on the jaw. You see how the ram's moving, so it's trying. You see these parts here moving. Always be careful with oil parts, they can blow. You what? Yeah, I can see the ram moving, so just rev the engine up.
Yeah.
You what?
Have another go.
Yeah, rev the engine up and give it a bit more. And then what we'll do, we'll try opening and closing the jaw at the same time as pulling the lever, yeah? So in the past I've had steel, like I say, I've had steel stuck in the jaw on the J40s and the PT330 power screens that don't dump under pressure. So the only way you can do it is to either cut the material out that's stuck in the jaw or cut the toggle plating off. If you pull back, right, you keep your hand on it there. Now, water crusher. We're going to try and move the jaw back and forth. If you look at the jaw now. Fire in the jaw. Right, so what we're going to try and do now is move the jaw basically. Right, keep that pull, Tom. Right, so we're building pressure. Just have a look underneath the jaw there and show the material that's stuck. Must be a piece of steel stuck there. The jaw box is half full. It will go eventually, that. Yeah. I can't believe it. A little piece of else in there that we can't see? Right, so that piece of rebar there, I'm just going to try and see how long that is. Let's see what's in the jaw box. Oh, that could be that piece of rebar there. Tom, just get a little chain out of the van, we'll hook up this rebar up, try and pull it out. You never know, by pulling that out, it might just pull something out that's stuck in there, that. Might just slide off this, but we'll give it a go. Try and chock it. Getting it? Out of way, director. Alright, so that wasn't hooked into anything. I was hoping that might be hooked into a bit of concrete or something that could have had the lump that's stuck on. Now then, for those people that are asking about how the magnet belt works, as it travels up the main conveyor, they have a little mag belt at the top that's got a big magnet underneath it that shoots the metal off the side. As you can see on the floor down there, bits of rebar, etc. Keep pressure on it now. Have it up, open the water and close the jaw. And keep pressure on it, yeah? Don't let it off though. No. Right, so now we've got this piece of box section, whatever it was, out. Looks like a piece of box section, don't it? You see how it was jammed in the jaws? That just took us 2 hours to get out that. And because the jaw was under pressure, it wouldn't come back. Whereas normally they would do on these. For some strange reason it wouldn't release. But as you can see, if that had gone through, the mag belt would have still pulled that off and put it in this pile here. But anyway, that's that job done. We'll go see what lads are doing at workshop. Right, so here we've got the Taxi ZX135-6. See how it's got rubber pads on. Well, we're going to take them off and put it back to steel. So we've got a lot of steel pads coming in today. As you can see, we'll just unbolt all the bolts from the pads, so it's just chains. But we might, if you get any issues with Jay, you can cut them off because we've got new bolts coming as well. Yeah. Alright, so any of them start giving you a bit of pain like. Alright, but in fact we're doing a full new undercarriage on another one of these direct to yard. I'll show you that. So that one's just done 4,500 hours there with the rubber pads on. That bucket's just been done this morning. So that's just a little 13-ton ditcher that's just had a new toe plate put on it and a bit of a repair up here. That's been done as well. That's just had a new bottom in it. And Callum's on with another one, having a new bottom put in it in a minute. Now the good thing about when Callum's doing a bucket is there's a bit more finesse involved. You know, you can just tell. You can just tell he takes a little bit more pride in his welding than some others, should we say. That's just been done this morning as well. Well, Luke did that before he went out on site this morning. That's just had a new edge on it. That's just a little telehandler bucket. We are going to go and see Luke and Paul in a minute at Jackson's. That's another one that got done the other day, that 13-ton ditch. That was in the last episode. This one here, we're going to put a full new undercarriage on it. So what I mean by full new undercarriage is new tracks, new sprockets and all new rollers. We'll pull the idlers out, see what the recoils are like. I think this has just done 6,000 hours. Let me just check. It's another -6. No key in it. But anyway, we'll do this, we'll get this done this week. Change the whole lot of that top roller there. So we'll change top roller, all bottom rollers, pull the eyes out, check the recoils, change the sprockets and the tracks. So this is the 20-ton dig that Cal's doing. So if you remember in one of the last episodes of chapters, there's a little bit of banana bars that were cracked here. So we do away with them all together, yeah. Put an HP 500 30mm edge in. Is that a 40mm or 50mm edge, Cal? 40mm. That's 5'3", which is 1600mm long, that. So what we do, we just leave them a little bit longer sometimes. You see that there? Some people finishes the buckets there. You know, it depends. They told him just to leave that where it is and put that in the centre, pretty much. So there's just a couple of wear strips to go on the back here. Put 4 wear strips on back of there, Cal, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4 wear strips to go on back end. He has had that bottom rolled. Whereas sometimes we just, like I say, we put a flat bottom in that one. That one outside's got a flat bottom in it, yeah? But because we put a toe plate on it, a new toe plate adapters, we thought we put a proper bottom in it. Just makes a better job of it at the end of the day. You can see what I mean about Callum's welding here. If you look up there, he's put 3 passes in there and 6 from there to there. 6 from there to there. 3 all the way down there. So what he's going to do here now, he's going to put another 3 passes here. Another 3 there. Then 6 from there to there. Alright. So there's also gouged out here around the hangers where it cracked. And re-welded that. So I've just took into that a bit, Cal, prep that and fill that up, yeah. Like he's already done there, you can see how he's got a prep there. So I'll just go around with weld on that, build that up with weld there, that area. You don't need to bother cutting that down. It's only going to wear down at the end of the day. It's only like putting an arrowhead on the side of the bucket, you know. Using an edge like that. Other than that, you could just use a piece of 30mm plate. It doesn't need to be an edge. I just like putting an edge on them, but it doesn't need to be an edge, you know. Right, so just on our way around to Jackson's Quarry, which is just round the corner from our workshop. Alright guys, so we just landed at Jackson's Leyland. This is a sand and gravel quarry with a bit of backfilling going on. I think it's about a 6,000 acre site, but it is a much smaller wash plant to what they've got up at Fullwood. I think what we'll do, we'll get Dave down, because Dave's digging up there at the moment. We'll get Dave down just to explain exactly what this wash plant does. So I've got the lads just fitting some new paddles within the log wash, and I want to check on the loading shovel. Dave wants me to get the loading shovel more line bored and welded, so new pins, so we might look at putting expander pins in that yet, but I'll show you in a minute. Right, so this is Dave Scott down at Leyland Quarry. So Dave, just explain this CD wash plant to us.
Right, so this is an M2500 rinser with an Agmax 83 log wash, which Luke and Paul are working on replacing the scrolls for us today. So basically we're feeding as dug sand and gravel from down the quarry into the hopper at the far side. It goes up the M2500 where it's rinsed off with spray bars over 2 decks. 60mm and above will go out the far side as an oversize. 4 to 60mm will come this way towards us, where the lads are, come off the belt just above Paul's head there, into the log wash, which chops it all together to break down any clay bound material. Then onto the rinsing deck for the 4s up to 60mm, where they'll come off as a 10mm on this conveyor, 20 on the far conveyor, and a 30 to 60 on the middle conveyor. Anything 4mm and below will go to the sand plant on the other side, where we're making a 0 to 4 grit sand and a 0 to 2 fine sand for asphalt plants.
It's much easier for you to explain than me, put it that way.
Yeah, this one's fairly straightforward.
So them paddles are well worn down, are they, up there?
The scrolls are absolutely gone, so we're replacing those today, which they basically like a corkscrew, which gets the material moving.
We'll show you in a minute that direct anyway.
Yeah, so then the paddles, they are nearing replacement, but it is, you know, it is a decent size number. How often do we need to replace them? These have never been replaced in the lifetime of the machine since October 2015, I believe this was installed. Right. So yeah, CD have advised they want doing. Yeah. I personally think there's another 3 months in them yet, and so that's what we'll do, because it's not.
That's a bit of Andy coming out of you.
It's not a cheap number. It's not a cheap number to do.
Is that the 420 you want me to look at there?
This is the one, yeah, that I think comes.
So director, this does need pins, bushes, and boring, but as we've used an expander pin, we might use some on this. We'll see. Let's have a look what player we got here, bud. Oh yeah, look at the dog bone there. Might better come out on the side, director. Come out on the side so you can see the back of the pins. Right, yeah, therefore. You see all that there? So it definitely needs the bushes doing. And can you see the play within the bucket itself and the hangers? So it'll be same on all the pins. Yeah, there's a lot of play there. Yeah, so what I'll do, Dave, I'll do a price comparison really.
Yeah,
On new pins,
yeah.
new pins, line boring and compared to an expander pin.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and it might be worth a shout, just banging some in the lorry, so we'll see how they last.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, this has got one operator on it, so we know that it, get treated with respect, so the pins won't get destroyed. But probably there's something we'll look to do in the new year.
Yeah, after Christmas.
Then,
right.
Take you a day.
So there's no major rush for this.
No major rush. No, just it'd be nice to. It's on the wish list.
Yeah.
But let's just see what the price comes in.
I'll get some prices in.
Yeah.
Right, let's take a look at what lads are doing up there. How are they coming out, Paul?
What?
How are they coming out?
Not too bad actually.
Oh yeah, look at the size difference there, Derek.
Massive, isn't it?
There's a 90 mil.
Let's come back.
A 90 degree rider.
Let's have a look, Dev.
Like for like.
Oh yeah.
Getting royalties.
Right, so there's the comparison difference in size. Yeah, I'm not so sure about another 3 months there.
Well, that's the scroll. That's why I've changed it. The paddles have got a bit stood up on them still.
All right.
Not so much, I grant you.
So tell me how that works then. That just spins and cleans.
Yeah, so the two rotors spin towards each other in the middle, combing the material forward, and then the action attrition, as they call it, of the stone rubbing against the clays breaks it down into fine material, 4 mil down, goes across in the pipe below to the sand plant.
Taking that to
Clean.
all our docks, is it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. All the clean stone, it's combed up from the log wash where Luke is,
Yeah.
drops down a chute onto the rinsing deck below the log wash, and then graded into 10 mil.
So what's crowd
20 mil.
changing these all the way down?
No, just up the front 2 metres before it changes to paddles, and that's where I say the paddles have got 3 months left,
Right, with you.
and then they're another 20 plus K.
Are they?
Yeah, and
What kind
it's
of money
not a
then?
2-minute job. I think they were
4 grand.
four off the top of my head. Yeah.
Will you be done today, Johnny, or not?
Might have to come back in the morning. We've got a few other jobs to do.
Oh yeah, there's some shoots to weld up, isn't there?
Yeah, and it works for me because I can do, before I go up digging, I can lift the head drums back up for them.
Right.
Let's put the old bolts in a new one.
Value for money at Jackson.
Right. Right.
It's done alright that, 8 years.
What's that bolt for, Paul? Something different?
Oh yeah, they've sent the wrong bolts.
Who have?
CD.
Oh, have they? Oh, is that why Luke come back to workshop?
Yeah.
Right. Right. So it should be 70s. Only about 120s or something. Yeah.
I think they're the ones for the log wash at Forward, so I'll just take them up.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty sure they are.
Yeah. Sound. Right, director. I think that'll do for us here. Alright, so we've just arrived back in our yard. This is our truck park, across from our main yard over there. And as you can see, it's empty, which is a good sign this time of year. All trucks out on the road. Plant side of it slowing down a little bit with machines, but trucks are flat out busy. I just thought I'd show you these two brand new double drive XTs, tag axle 460s. These will be replacing 2 units that are on the road at the minute down in Peterborough. As you can see, they're finished off nicely with some Kelso bars, sleeper cabs. He does take a lot of pride in his trucks, does the Fox. Like I say, every truck in this yard gets washed every weekend, and if there's not, there'll be a problem. So have a look at them, director. Tag. Nice looking unit. So lads will sleep away in them all week, all 5 nights of the week. And what they do, I think there's about 4 or 5 of these down in Peterborough, and the lads travel back in one car and leave the trucks down there. They pull walking floors, so they will go on to waste tips with frag, I think it is. But then walking floor trailers do make big money. And we have a walking floor to replace all the planks in at the moment as well, so I'll try and get that on camera for you. That'll be a nice job. And if people know about walking floor trailers, as you've got planks in the trailer as the load moves out, you've got a retractable headboard, yeah, and all the planks are worn at the back end. So if you don't know this, all the planks can be pulled out and turned around and put in the other way, and then you weld a plate over the back end of them where your retractable headboard goes up against. But we'll show you that on a later chronicle, coming soon. Right, let's get across the road, director. So the pads have landed round. So what we have to do before you put these pads on, there is a certain way that they can go. They can go the wrong way around, right? So that also needs buffing off before it lands on the chain. I can see what Dave's doing now. He's taking them off and putting them on at the same time as we move the machine. So I've been buffing them off, Jay, yeah? Sound. Cal, you have to pull off this. I need you to make some posts for that fence job I talked to you about. Yeah. We're going to need them posts before this. Alright. I need to get them in paint shop tomorrow. So, is that your last work strip? We'll get that tacked on then, put it out that way and sort them posts. Alright, so we've just had a call out to go up to Woods Waste at Blackpool there. We've got a little wheel wash that's having a few issues. It might be because of the weather. We're in minus weather in England at the moment, so but we'll check that out when we get there. But I just want to take a back step on what I said earlier about the concrete plant that we're going to build in the yard, the asphalt plant that we're going to build in the yard, and the new workshop that we're going to build in our main yard in Leyland. So Fox, I know Foxy's got it in his head that he kind of wants me to look down the road of building the actual workshop for us, yeah? But it's going to be quite a big workshop. It's going to have about 5 pits in it, and it's going to have a double bay for a new fabrication shop for me, with another crane in it. Yeah, I'm going to try and get a 10-ton crane if I can persuade him to get a 10-ton crane. So if you're watching, Foxy, I want a 10-ton crane. But the issue that I've got with that is, obviously I'm a steel fabricator and my steel background is structural steel work, and I did used to do structural steel work in a big way of such of like 120 tonne a week. So for those that don't know, the new subscribers or new people that are watching this video today, my background is structural steel work, where I had my own company with over 90 employees producing over 120 tonne a week of structural steel. So I had 2 saw drill lines, I had a fittings machine, I had probably 50 welders, and an 85,000 square foot workshop with 4 cranes in it, right? So now then, if we're going back to 2005, when I was about 28 years old, when I was at the top of my game there, as you could say. You know, and then 2008 came round when the recession came. Bang! Overnight, the work stopped. You know, there was no work. We was trying to ride the storm, if you will. 2 companies went bust on me for over £500,000. So basically, we had to shut one of the factories. We had 2 factories at the time. And listen to me now, believe me, that is a tough pill to swallow, right? If you ever own your own company, if you're you know, the managing director of your own company, and you have to shut it for no fault of your own, that is one serious tough pill to swallow, right? And then you've got to go working for somebody. So you've got, you know, you've gone from having all these little perks that you get with being your own boss and all the rest of it to go and work for somebody. But anyway, we'll probably go into that more at a later date. But what I'm trying to come to is, I know what it takes to build a building, right? A structural steel building. I mean, I had 2 saw drill lines producing that tonnage weekly. So when your steel comes in off your trailers, it's all laid out onto the drill line. You put all your stuff into the system, and then it's cut, it's drilled. You got 3 drill heads on it. It's marked. I had a fittings machine that did all the fittings. You've got no fuming error basically than other putting the fittings onto the beams. Yeah, even the beams are marked where the plates need to be, where all your cleats need to be. So my point is, really, it'd be cheaper to get the new workshop built out rather than us building it in-house within our little workshop. You know, so I'm going to try and get that across to Foxy, because it's just much cheaper to get it done out on a saw drill line, you know, when that steel comes in and out. So yeah, there's just a little bit more about WELDERFABBER for you. Right, so I've just had a call off Foxy there, and his best mate, one of his best mates, Simon, he's doing a job in Longridge, and he's got a track off a machine. So we just had to turn around. We're just at M55, if you know where we are, Preston. We're heading back towards Longridge now, so we'll see what it's like when we get there. But he's a character this month, I'll tell you now. Wait till we get there. This don't look like a machine to me.
No,
well, an old machine anyway.
Well, what's happened here? We've got you here under false pretences, actually.
Under false pretences?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. So, we did tell you a track had come off a machine.
I told you, didn't I? I told you you were a character, didn't I? Come on, what?
We did tell you there was a track off a machine.
Yeah.
But we've been struggling to get this back on the road. James is thinking of going back in the job.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's a great job.
Yeah, it's a bit touchy because Barney and James's family, I think, were fighting over custom when they were in the crane job.
Back in the day.
So, here we are. We've kept this one back when we sold the fleet.
And you want us to do a job on it now, do you?
We just want you to give it the once-over before it goes out on its first job. What's its first job, James?
We're lifting a Christmas tree up.
Yeah, we're putting a Christmas tree up in Clitheroe. And we just want it to be...
10-foot tree, it's a big one.
Does she fire up?
Oh, she's all singing and dancing, yeah.
1943.
And if you can put relevant test certificates on it, it would be great.
Oh, yeah, we can soon put Wallow on it, whatever you want, so. No problem at all.
So there she is.
Let's get it fired up.
Jim, does she fire up?
It does fire up.
Is it?
Do you want to fire it up?
Huh?
All right.
Just had it all restored, haven't you, Jim?
Yeah.
She's a lovely example.
Yeah. Is it flat today?
You told us you used to drive this when you were a boy.
I was born when this was the lad.
It's another one that's been given.
It's bathroom in tech.
Another one that's been given a company, isn't it?
It's bathroom in tech off.
Isolated off.
I knew battery would be flat today. I knew battery would be flat today.
We've got you out because we want to be prepared when we go for the big Christmas tree lift.
Oh, I can't wait to get a phone call off Foxy. So batteries are flat.
Batteries are flat,
Santa Claus.
Well, tell us a bit about the company, James. What, when you and your brothers that formed the company?
Grandfather started in 1947 as a scrap merchant, and then he needed something for picking the scrap up. So we bought this crane off the Ministry of, came from an RAF base, and off we went. And then somebody said, can they rent it off us? And we said, certainly. So we started that, and we ended up in the end with over 1,000 mobile cranes.
So for the viewers that don't know, this is the main man who used to own Ainscough crane, are you? The main man.
I don't normally dress like this. But,
yeah, now there's some big concern they are.
Visitors coming.
Yeah, only with visitors. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had 1,000 mobile cranes, 35 depots. We worked in nearly every oil refinery, nuclear plants, power stations, all the top blue chip.
You sold all that now, have you?
Yeah, we sold it. Actually, the Bank of Scotland bought it from us in 2007. Yeah.
It's still a seriously big concern, though, isn't it?
Massive. It's actually bigger now. I think they've got 12. The biggest crane now will lift 1,500 tonnes.
Wow.
That one lifts 5 tonnes.
Yeah.
So
Really, Barney wasn't a threat.
Well, Bernie had like 10 or 12 cranes, so, you know, we in Blackpool. No, it was a lovely band. We were good competitors.
Yeah.
And
Nice to have a good bit of competition.
No, we did, yeah. We worked very well with Foxes.
Yeah.
And
good.
Yeah, they're a great company.
Good. So I'm not really here for this, am I? What are we here for?
You are here to look at an attaching.
Right, come on.
Let's go and
Let's have a look. So where's this 13 tonner?
Round the back here.
What's this doing here?
Well, that's been working actually. It's been on a run to Craven Concrete.
Is that still on road?
Yes, she's still on the road.
I thought that was parked up out of
No,
there.
she's still in service, working hard.
So you're still using that?
Well, the Fox Group is, yeah. It's been bringing.
That's one of our pride and joys, that.
Yeah, it's been bringing concrete panels, which you saw in the school.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you something, it's some property, this, isn't it?
It's a nice spot, yeah.
What a nice spot. Now then, what are you telling me? You men can't even put a track back on, is that what you're telling me?
No, it's.
That's what you're telling me. Isn't it? Oh, let's have a look which one it is. Right, so it's come off at sprocket end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Do you want that 3-tonner round here to pull it?
Yeah, let's have a look. We'll just drop the idler. Down and yeah, just pull it back on and turn it. Dead easy, that.
Okay.
Dead easy. I'll just need a 24mm spanner. Drop the track, pull it back on. As we release the behind here, you've got a little grease valve. You just turn a 24mm, let the grease out, the idler will come back in, slacken the track, we'll pull it back on, get it back on that top roller.
You want me to dig it off whilst you're...
No, I'd be right that.
Right.
Be right that. I'll just go and get a spanner and a couple of rags and that, yeah? Right, so all we should need to do this job is a 24mm spanner.
Jump back on board, man.
I've no jump pack on, I've got some jump leads though.
Right, I'm going to start that.
You're going to start the old girl? Yeah, don't jump leads.
That's right, I think we've got some.
24mm manner, grease gun, bar, a couple of rags. That's all we should need to do. There's aren't chains. Set of chains here will do. We put a little digger here. When you move this arm round. In fact, I just push the idler in a little bit here. And I'll let the track down. Off ground, back up. changing the valve. That track should be going down slowly there, can you see it dropping? You get your tracks in this spot here, bud. Pull it over. Yeah, blade at front, yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to hook up to a track pad. Get hold of a pad. Right, up. Up. Up, that's it. One up, up. Put your blade down. Up. Right. Right, now pull it towards you a little bit. Right, go on side, turn track slowly. Go on. Go on, it's going. Go on. Try and go that, pull it that way with it. That's it, go on. Keep it up though. Go on. Go on. Whoa, ain't there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop. Right, back off. Side, pick yourself up. Side up. Lift yourself off the ground. Hold it there. Just hang fire. Turn the track slowly, Si. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, she's on. Yeah. Yep. Nice, whoa, 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 nice and easy. Let's get it tight before you ping it off again. Right, so the grease valve isn't taking grease, yeah, so I'm going to take the grease valve out now. Now then, so that nipple, there'll be something up with that nipple, right, it's not taking grease, yeah. So what we'll do, we'll just replace the full valve. I should have one on the van, let's go and have a look. Right, so that's a new grease valve. Now then on the one I've just taken out, that is on like a, say a 35-degree angle, if you will. So this one you will have to put a grease pipe in from this side under over the top roller. Whereas the one in the van, you can change the nipple within the end, but I ain't got one on, so we'll just use this. Right. Get rid of this grease out of the way. One thing I hate, grease. Let's leave that there for a minute. And then somebody mentioned in the comments last week that I need to get my sinuses checked, yeah, because I'm a heavy breather. I've been like that since I was born, pal. Alright, been like that since I was born. Right now, Richard, we've got a 4-finger gap on the bottom roller. 6. Right, one sec. just needs a little bit more in that. So you always really want to work on a 4-finger gap under the bottom roll here. I'll do. So we just check the other side, and the other side's slack, so just bang a bit in that as well. Alfie, just jump in machine lab here. Spin that track. Alfie Pinder, look at him. Look at the boy. Ready there, lad? Yeah, that'll be alright. Sounds, job done. Right, tools cleaned away. Look at them little mag bars there. Them little mag bars are brilliant. Come. You see him, director? Good fit on them anyway. We'll get up towards Waste. So we're back on the 55 now, going towards Blackpool. Oh, there's one of Volkswagen's. Anyway, that was an interesting meet there with James and Simon. And I would like to meet James again, to be fair, because he did tell me a little bit off camera there about Ainscough crane hire. Very, very interesting. In fact, if you do want me to meet him and do a little bit of a meet with him, let us know in the comments, because they were a big concern, you know, like Foxes, like they both still are really. And yeah, just let us know in the comments on that one. And we'll be at Woods Waste in a minute to look at this wheel wash. Now then, this wheel wash is a Hippo wash. They're called Hippo wash, and I actually used to build these for Hippo wash years ago. And so it's probably something wrong with the jet system of the pump, but we'll be there in a minute anyway, find out. Right, so there's a truck just about to go over this wheel wash here now. We'll watch it go over. Well, lad, I'll come to the other side direction. Quick. Come on. Right, just hold it there, lad. Right, so it's losing a lot of pressure somewhere. You see how we're not getting clean tyres? Just go back and forth a few times through it, yeah? I think what's happened is there's a couple of jets missing. Right, so as you can see, the wheels aren't being cleaned properly. Right, so what's happening at the moment, they're having to get power washed off before they leave site. So I'm looking in these tanks here now. These tanks here, it's like an interceptor tank, this, and it is full there. And as you go down, it'll go into different tanks, and at the end, the tank that pumps out, where it pumps out from, should still be full. Let's go and check, see if it's still full for starters. We do have a secondary wheel wash there, and further up to get power washed off before they go on the road. So if I put my hand over the sensor, just see how much water is actually in this tank. Not that much really, but it's still below the pump level, so when I put my hand over this, it should come on. Right, so can you see how much pressure we're losing through that one there, especially that one? There must be a jet missing out of there. Yeah. So if I put a jet in that, we'll get a lot more pressure coming out of all the others for starters, and the others look like they're blocked. So I'll see if I've got some jets in, van. I'm pretty sure I've got some jets in here somewhere. And, here we go. Right, so we've got jets and sockets. Right. So what you do, you weld them into the box section ring main, yeah, on an angle or in the tube on the sides, and then you fire your jets on a tapered thread, put your jet in, and that will reduce the pressure from that hole. Well, it's about a 3 or 4 milli hole, that, isn't it? So we'll put that jet in for starters, and then just see how many others are blocked. Right, so if the threads are knackered within that little socket, I'll have to weld it in. Don't you be going in front of that sensor director, yeah? That's freezing water and all. Reduced it a little bit, that, but let's just try it again. Right, so what I want to do now is go round them all and see if they're blocked. I'll get a little screwdriver out, switch it off, and we'll go round them all. So a lot of them were actually blocked then. You never know, it might be ice. It might be ice as well getting involved here. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Not 100%, but better. As long, what you don't want is, you see how you've got these sides, you don't want any water basically going over or out of here. See how this water that's coming into here? That's not a good sign, because we want it all to go back into there, and underneath that end there, there's a pump that sends it back into the tank. So you want to keep as much water within this box as possible. Otherwise you'll just empty this tank. Well, that's a lot better, isn't it? You see the pump at that end, director? You see the pump? That's sending it back into the tank, and within this tank at this end here is another one of them pumps that comes out of here and puts it into the ring main. Right, that'll do for now. Oh, who's that there? Yeah. Just get on there straight. Just get it straight. I'll film you coming through. Alright, just get. You probably might have to go through a couple of times, you know what I mean? Right, so we'll just try this truck again now. Next truck, should we say? And now we'll go through the secondary wash. Hold it there, lad. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Stand fire. Right, nice one, bud. Cheers. Yeah, so that'll be right. That, as you could see, as it went through the second wash, then wheels were clean. So the guy further up with the power wash would have less work to do. So yeah, that'll do for now. I think the ice has caused a bit of an issue, to be fair. Right, that'll do for now. Back to the yard. Let's see what lads are up to. So as you can see, that was quite an easy fix, really. But every tip and every quarry has to have its own wheel wash system. Yeah, so all our tips and all our quarries do have wheel washes. And every muck shifting job that our company will acquire, so we say within the group, we'll have to supply a sweeper. So clean roads is a big issue, especially when it comes to winter time. You know, you can imagine we have 360, 400 tippers on the road. There's a lot of roads to keep clean there, isn't there? So yeah, I don't know if you could notice then, as I was poking the screwdriver into the jets, they were clearing, so it's blocking up within the ring main. So at some point we'll have to take the caps off the ring main and blow it all through, get all the muck out with inside the ring main, and replace some of the jets. But as for now, that will do. Back to yard. Right, so just landed back. This is the 135 that we took the rubber pads off and put steel pads back on. So that's all buttoned up and done. My phone's going again. Hello. Never stops. Right, so these tracks have turned up for mass tracks and a full set of rollers and sprockets for this 135 here. So that is one of the next jobs in the workshop. I'll probably do that myself, although I'm on a forklift course tomorrow, so we'll probably do that Friday direct, yeah? All right, and I'll tell you what, we'll do that as an episode on its own. Fitting a new undercarriage to a 135. All right, so let's check on the bucket that Cal's done. So this is a 20-ton dig. Like I say, these run through the shop fairly regularly. Different size machines. Now then, just from looking at that bucket, right, if I was to walk in the workshop and there was 4 buckets done from 4 different lads, I'd be able to tell from each bucket what person has done the job, yeah, just by looking at the welding. Not knocking any of my lads' welding at all. Yeah, they're all good in their own areas. Yeah, so that's what my job is to put them on the right job at the right time to get the best out of them, yeah. But I know that that's Callum that's done this job. obviously, because I've been watching him do it, but if I hadn't watched him do it, I'd still know that he's done it. You know, brilliant job. Doesn't need to be any better than that at all. So yeah, there's a set of link arms coming here off a ZX 160. Now then, if you look at that, you see how it's got that bend on the end. So that pin would have snapped and it had bent that link arm. Happens fairly regular on 13-ton machines. I've never seen one on a 16-tonner before. But little straight and dead easy, and press that and just replace the pin. So yeah, I think we'll end this one here, Director. I think you got plenty for a chapter. We will do the next episode on that 135 there. So please like, subscribe and share. Let us know in your comments what you think about this welding of our Callum. It's always nice to see a few comments about the lads and the lads that work here, what you think of them. And yeah, and we'll answer them. Cheers. Catch you on the next one.